Okay, I am back. So now I am going to be focusing on all of these things. So these things escalate. You can get fire bats. Fire bats are usually found in the nether, engulfed in flame and reasonably aggressive. They're perfectly suited to the environment they live in. They also have the alarming tendency to explode when attacking. One wonders what possible evolutionary advantage exploding gives them as a species. But the same can be asked of creepers. Basically saying, why do these mobs need to explode? Simple way of putting it. Thalmic slime. Purple slimes are a strange offshoot of their green cousins. Normal slimes from the organic gunk that occasionally collects in caves. Thalmic slime are formed from the purple protomatter residue left over from magical mishaps. Basically, I'm pretty sure they're made of flux. And fun fact, actually, these Thalmic slimes were in the original version of Thaumcraft. The original version of Thaumcraft, meant to be turned into Arcanacraft, has had 6 versions. The original version not even having V crystals or anything. All it has is Essentia and Flux. Basically, you toss rare items into a very crude version of what they call the cauldron I created. I forgot the name. What's it called? Crucible. Basically, a very crude version of the crucible. The more rare items you throw in, the more Thaum you get, which is basically liquid Essentia. This is the first version. Basically, this was used for many things, but if you throw too much into the cauldron, it will overflow and sometimes create Thalmic slimes. These things will jump into your cauldron and feast on more Thaum and basically growing. These don't start off as much of a threat, but the more Thaum they eat, the more big they will get. So this is basically a remake of the original. Then you have the pet. These strange humanoids can be found wherever the veil between worlds is at thinnest. They seem drawn to the magical energies that abound in such a place. They have incredible strength and can carry many times their own body weight. They're normally not aggressive, but when riled up, they'll band together and hunt down their attacker. Under normal conditions, they avoid people at all costs. Basically, they'll loot anything that you don't have on you, or basically nailed down to the ground. Think of it as a tent. For a tent, you don't just put a stick to hold it up and it'll blow away in the wind like that. You need to nail it down to the ground for it to stay up. That's what this is. These things will steal anything not nailed to the ground. Basically, once befriended, they'll carry wondrous objects that they might be willing to part with. Basically, Thaumcraft's own version of villagers, but very, very different. Wisps. These strange creatures appear to be floating points of light, often found near high concentrations of V. Honestly, I'm not sure if they're creatures at all. They move randomly and do not appear to exhibit normal characteristics of a living organism. They do react to being attacked and occasionally become aggressive for no apparent reason. There might be some form of proto-life form made up of V instead of normal matter, but that cannot be the whole picture as I am detecting strange dimensional energies at their core. Basically, wisps thought of as V. Hate swarms! Sometimes purple hive-like growths will form on the remains of trees within tanks. Swarms of tiny biting creatures will spawn from these growths and rove around in aggressive swarms. They move fast and are hard to avoid and even harder to hit. Fortunately, the individual creatures are not particularly robust, so a properly prepared traveler should be able to dispatch them easily. Basically, what were those things called? In the new update, you know what I'm talking about, the things, the illager wizard that die. Summons. I forgot the name. Those little I would insert a picture, but I don't know how to edit. Those little flying things with the swords. Basically, the premature version of those. Tentacles! These dangerous growths look like giant tentacles. They'll lash out at anything that comes nearby. Though they're immobile, keeping your distance might not keep you as safe as miniature versions of them. Will spawn all around you, should you draw their attention. These things are very, very evil. Tainted Crawler. Basically, they're pretty much made of taint and will corrupt things with taint. Most of the time, the taint is short-lived if they wander too far from the core of the taint growth. But other times, this can cause the taint to spread much quicker than it normally would. It's best to destroy them on sight. Taint seeds! Basically, these things will spread taint and spew them out. They'll become big with flux and spew them out in form of taint. This is how the taint reproduces. Not reproduces, but spread. Eldritch crab. Eldritch crab or Thaumcraft are most unusual and unnatural creature. I'm convinced these creatures are the result of magical tinkering. Their powerful claws make them dangerous to face in combat, but it's how it uses those claws to make them horrific. They leap at their foes' heads in. They basically just attack you very, very hard. And also, sometimes they can disguise as your character. Very crazy. Basically, Eldritch Guardian, these are a form of enemy that are almost transparent and very hard to face in combat. Angry Zombie. Basically, zombies that are twice as aggressive as normal and have red eyes. Then, the Crimson Cold. Basically, a very, very evil legion of characters that they will attack a person on sight and will not stop. Then, once you have researched that leads to the Crimson Rites, which is something found in the Eldritch dimension, which is a new dimension added. Also, we have Primordial Pearls. I do not know what they are, but if you pause the video and read this, you'll figure it out. Basically, then, if you have finished Oromancy, and you have the Crimson Rites knowledge, then you will get into the Eldritch research. Hey! And so, then you have discovering Oromancy, basically building a V Resonator and a Caster's Gauntlet. Caster's Gauntlet is the basic way of doing Oromancy. Then you have Infusion, which at first this makes fabric to start off, and then you can make these, which are made from the enchanted fabrics, and allow you to give V discount. You see at the bottom the V cost. This can give you a discount. Then you have Artifice, which gives you the Goggles of Revealing. These use 2 thermometers to craft, and also are a way of seeing how much Essentia is in a warded jar, or what aspects of Essentia are in your cauldron. Then you have Golemancy, which allows you to create golems other than snow golems and iron golems that you can equip with I don't know what to call them other than symbols, which tell them basically their jobs. So these are little workers that will carry out tasks for you. And now, the video is about to end because I cannot go over 10 minutes. Oh, this is so annoying.